Hello everyone, my name is Fabiola Martinez and I'm currently a senior at the University of Houston where I'll be graduating in May with my certification in teaching EC through 6. I am currently student teaching in LCISD for a elementary school named Taylor Ray, which is a bilingual school. I am in a 5th grade classroom where I am teaching reading and writing. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas, where I went to school in HISD, all from elementary through high school. So I went to Oak Forest Elementary, then I went to Black Middle School, and finally I graduated from Waltrip High School. Shortly after graduating, my parents and I made the move to here, Richmond, Rosenberg, in the summer of 2014. I started all my prerequisites at WCJC, and then I finally was able to transfer over to the University of Houston. I am one of 3 siblings. I have an older brother and a younger sister, so I am the middle child. I grew up in a household where we spoke mostly Spanish. Any English that I did learn before elementary school was from my neighbors, from the TV, or from the radio. My mother and my father are both immigrants from Mexico. My mother came over when she was around 15, and my father came over when he was about 7. So he was fortunate enough to go to school here in the States where he learned most of his English. My mother, on the other hand, did not go to school here. She went to school in Mexico, so the only language she speaks is Spanish. With that being said, I did grow up in a house where we both spoke English and Spanish, but it was predominantly a Spanish-speaking home. I was fortunate enough to learn enough English when I was growing up that I went into school in general ed classes. I was not put in ELL classes because I knew enough English to get me by, and I could read it and I could write it. Thanks to my dad, who taught me a lot of English also. He learned a lot of English while he was here growing up. The people he grew up with were mostly speaking English. Where he worked, he was mostly speaking English. So thanks to my dad knowing the English he did, and thanks to my mom knowing all the Spanish she did, I am fully bilingual. I can both read, speak, and write English and Spanish, although my Spanish, as I have learned in these last couple of months, is not pristine perfect. It is pretty good, so I'm pretty happy and content with that. Like I said, my journey for learning English was mostly from the TV, from the radio, from school. Before I went into school was from TV and radio. From school, my teachers were great. They had a lot of patience in teaching me English, even though I did know mostly English. They knew that there were little learning gaps here and there, so they filled them pretty well, which makes me now confident enough to speak English. I am currently working with students who speak mostly Spanish. They are all newcomers, or the majority of them are newcomers, which means this is their first year going to school in the States. Most of them went to school in Mexico. So they do need a lot of help. We do a lot of small group work with them. We do a lot of individual one-on-one work with them. We translate a lot of things. We use a lot of translating apps. We use, I know there's a specialist at the school who specializes in working with just those children, so she helps us a lot with translating and with filling those learning gaps for those students. Part of my teaching philosophy is that every student is accepted, no matter where they're from, no matter what language they speak. And I've really put that philosophy to work this semester with these students who I know have a very difficult time sometimes getting their emotions across and being able to express themselves. in a language that is not their home language. So I promised to be very patient with them. I promised for them to learn and grow as much as I could help them with. I know they're extremely patient with me because my Spanish isn't the exact same as theirs, so they've been great. It is very hard learning a new language, so I fully understand where their frustration comes from or where their discouragement can come from, but I promise to be their biggest cheerleader, and I cheer them on every step of the way. This semester has been very eye-opening to me. I have since wanted to get my certification in my bilingual certification, so that is something that I'm going to work on after graduation. And I cannot wait to continue working with these students and learning from them and growing from them. And I hope to maybe even one day pick up another language and be trilingual. So I guess we'll see. But I'm so excited to finish off the student teaching semester and see what else I have to go on.